Hello and welcome to Friday Lines on a Thursday this week. I'm your host, Luke O'Brien, aka OB. Friday Lines is brought to you by Little Birdie TV and topsport.com.au, Punting Form and Manscaped, all your essential items for life. Joining me today, as always, for all things AFL is MG. Welcome, MG.
OB, good to see you, mate.
No footy this week, but a bit of news around, and we'll go through all the markets for the first week of finals. And up in Sydney, a full book of games is the doyen of rugby league punting. And welcome to you, Toprope.
A little west of Sydney, OB. Thanks for the welcome, but I'd certainly dispute that there's no games of footy on this weekend. I'd suggest there's 8 men's and 3 women's games of footy on this weekend, but each to their own.
We'll leave that one alone. We'll get to him in a minute, MG. But big to buy round for the AFL, a little bit of momentum lost. I sort of prefer the buy leading to the grand final Super Bowl style, but that's okay. Big week of news. Essendon just self-imploding. Ben Rutten sacked on Monday, handled appallingly. He's a good person. You'll see him bob up again. He'll be at Richmond or North Melbourne next year. Take that as a fact. CEO resigns. It's all happening there.
Yeah, it lost half their board, I think, as well.
Good.
So, good. Yeah, I don't think it's the last of the changes. It's a debacle, Essendon, at the moment. He couldn't have ballsed up the coaching situation, trying to get Clarko at the last minute, and it's just imploded from there. So, yeah, Rocky Ground's going to be a tough off season for him. They didn't have a good year on the field, and they're going to need some true leadership to get them ready to go for the start of next year, I think.
Yeah, there's a big push for Hurd, but surely he can't come back. I personally think they have to have a look at the players. The likes of Stringer, Merritt, these guys, they've got to lead the way. But when things get a little bit hard, the coach is the first person to go, that's been the way for a long, long time. But I think you have to look at the players, and they have to take some severe responsibility for this.
Well, I think their captain Heppels, he's out as well, isn't he? So
yep.
We probably forgot to mention that. So when you're talking about leadership, it's not a good sign when your captain signed up to head to the Gold Coast. Understand it with a bit of cold weather down in Melbourne, he doesn't want to go through it again. But yeah, obviously they need to really take a hard look in the off season, reset themselves, Essendon, because they've got the capabilities to play finals in all seriousness with the list, but they've got to be committed and it's going to be a big job for whoever the new coach is. But yeah, I hope they don't take a backward step with Hurd myself.
Neither do I. And GWS new coach Adam Kingsley, he is a close friend of mine, so I'll put that on the table. He is terrific. He 16 years as an apprenticeship, premiership player at Port in 2004, assistant coach at Port Adelaide, St Kilda and Richmond. He is the best football mind I have dealt with. Very dry sense of humour. He loves the gym. You see by the size of his arms, but he is terrific. So on field, he is brilliant, the best I've seen.
Yeah, well, he's learned off some of the best. So he's served as a long apprenticeship, and it's good to see. Unlike rugby league, they love to recycle. With the Aussie rules, they like to give people a new go. But yeah, certainly a very long apprenticeship, but under some star coaches. So yeah, all the best to him in GWS. I think he's got the list that can go close to playing finals if they're all on the same page as well.
And awards night last night in the AFL All-Australian team, AFLCA Rising Star. Rising Star went to Nick Dacos, which is understandably unanimous decision there. He has been fantastic. Second was Sam DeConning, third Jai Newcomb, which was terrific. AFL Coaches Association Award was a tie between Clayton Oliver and Touk Miller, both on 98 votes. Second tie in the 21-year history. Both sort of worthy winners. And the All-Australian team looked pretty good. Sicily and McCluggage were probably a bit stiff for mine. McCluggage has been nominated 4 times for no jackets. So they were the two sort of glaring omissions, and probably the captain might have raised an eyebrow or two with Tommy Hawkins. But overall, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's hasn't been too much negativity towards it. I think a good mix actually. I think there was 12 first timers and 7 retained their spot from last year. So good mix. Even at the top, 2 top sides obviously had 9 between them, 5 Cats, 4 Demons, and Geelong had half the forward line, which shows their strength going into the finals. So they've got a very dangerous forward line. Yeah, the captain for me was a bit of a surprise. I don't understand why with the captains that they have for the club captains in Gawn and Cripps. I think they probably should have gone with one of them. But yeah, Tom Hawkins seemed pretty surprised. I saw a comment in there that he's actually never captained a side, so makes it a bit more of a strange decision for mine. But I don't think that was too unlucky. I agree with you on Sicily. I think he was very stiff to miss out at selection. But saying that, the defence, I don't think you could begrudge anyone that was named in the back six either. So why he was stiff, I'm not sure that someone kind of got under the guard there. The other one for me was maybe Tom Lynch from Richmond, but again, very dynamic forward line. So you just can't get every player in there. So pretty happy with it, and I thought they did a pretty good job.
And NRL, very quiet week up there, Toprope. It's probably the calm before the storm. Something's going to go bang over the weekend. The only thing that was sort of noted is that Selwyn Cobbo's a bit tired, needs a rest.
Quiet week. Well, it's a bit hard to get in the news when you've got players crying on the field and boards imploding and OB's friends getting hired into positions of power. It's all happening in the AFL. Can't argue with that. Captains who aren't captains being named captain of the All-Australian team. Who did the All-Australian team play, by the way? No international
league.
Gotcha.
The Queensland State of Origin team they play.
There'll be a World Cup at the end of the year. MG, don't worry about that. Pretty quiet week in the league. Selwyn Cobbo, it's his first full season of first grade. He's just back from injury. And to be honest, I think they've been pretty disappointed with the way he's kind of played since he come back from injury. So probably just freshening up for the finals. And they're bringing in Jordan Pereira, who's been very good in his limited opportunities this year. So no real concerns there for the Broncos tonight. I think, they're in pretty good. They're shaping up pretty well in this one, and we'll get to the analysis of the game soon. But if you're listening to this podcast early, get on now.
Without further ado, it's time now for Friday Lines, brought to you by topsport.com.au, family owned and operated for 35 years. Bet with a bookie you can trust. Bet with topsport.com.au. We'll whip through the AFL first week of finals markets as they currently stand. Thursday week, tonight week, Brisbane Lions 2.02, the Richmond Tigers $1.80, the line 3.5. I think this is a bit skewed myself, MG. I think the Lions will bounce back, and I think they'll get the job done.
Yeah, I had Brisbane just favourite when I was first marked it up, and the early money has come for Richmond. So, I guess patience. We're a long way out, of course. Weather's got to come into it, and teams. We'll see how everyone comes up. Obviously, you got the week off, but yeah, early indications. Brisbane away from home, a bit like when Richmond play at the G. You want to favour them, but yeah, so far the money has been for Richmond early.
Yeah, I think they might come out firing the Lions. A little bit of heat being put on them this week. I think they might just sort of galvanise themselves and get going. The Friday night game looks a beauty at the MCG. The Demons $1.45, the Swans $2.75, the line minus 13.5. I think the total's currently about 163.5 currently. I'm really looking forward to this game. This looks a beauty. The Swans beat them at the MCG in the regular season. Melbourne just hitting their straps. They were absolutely brilliant against the Lions up there at the Gabba last weekend. Which way you're leaning in this one?
Yeah, OB, I think this is the form game. I think whoever wins this game will go on and win the flag for mine. I just think it's that. No, I just think it's that important. I'm being keen on Sydney for the last 4 to 6 weeks. As you said, they beat Melbourne at the G earlier this year, and I just think either way, the team on this will be the clear team to beat for the flag. Okay.
Yeah, right. Well, then the Saturday afternoon game, Geelong and Collingwood 4:35 at the MCG. It's a sellout. All the general admission and members' tickets have all been snapped up. The Cats $1.37, the Magpies at 3.10, the line minus 16.5, the total about 165 currently. This looks an absolute beauty. I don't know if the Pies can keep doing it, but we say it every time. They just find a way. They've broken Carlton hearts, which brings a smile to every Collingwood fan's face. And the Cats just look dynamic. Jeremy Cameron's still a bit of a watch, but this looks an absolute beauty on a Saturday afternoon at the MCG.
Yeah, amazing for 1v4 in this one, OB, and they have won 25 of their last 26 between them. So the form lines are strong. I just think the market's too big in this. I think the early look. I think just got to keep riding the Collingwood wave to the beach at the moment until we fall off. But yeah, plus 16.5. I think there'll be it'll be obviously a good betting match. I understand why Geelong, but at the MCG, big crowd, Collingwood, they're going okay. They'll drag Geelong to a place maybe they haven't been in a while, and I think plus 16 looks pretty big. So I think it'll be another close game. I can see an absolute, close finish again. So the plus 16.5 looks attractive at this stage.
Oh, beautiful. I like hearing that. And the final game is the Saturday night game over in Perth. The Dockers $1.46, the Western Bulldogs $2.70, the line minus 14.5, the total 160.5 currently. The Bulldogs lucky to sort of sneak in. Their form hasn't been fantastic at all points Fremantle's way, but Luke Beveridge and the Bulldogs, they find something this time of year.
Yeah, early look, I think the outsider again, year OB. I think, I don't think either one's going great. So I know that they've got to travel and everything, but they've got the extra week to prepare for it. I just think that the Bulldogs now, they're going to be free rolling, because they're absolutely blessed to get in. So I just think that all the pressure's off. Fremantle first finals for ages in a home crowd. I think the Bulldogs will really steal themselves, and I think it's a gettable win here for the Bulldogs. So, early lines, I'd be taking the plus.
And AFL W season kicks off tonight with Collingwood and Carlton at Icon Park at 7:10. Currently, the market looks like the Blues women $3.30, the Collingwood Magpie women $1.33, the line 11.5, over under 62.5. The Magpies were very, very good last year. Carlton have lost some absolute stars from their roster. Looks like Collingwood too strong in this one.
Yeah, early money is for Carlton. I'm not sure. Just the early weather this morning has been a bit of rain around. It is expected to clear. So I would be tracking slightly to the over total if I was having a bet. Yeah, but I think Collingwood are a good price. I just think Carlton have lost too much in the off-season, as you said. And line of around that 2-goal mark seems pretty attractive first up. They've won their last 3 openers against Carlton. Now Collingwood, and I just think they're a better side. Their midfield should be a bit too strong. So, yeah, looking forward to the women's season. I know it's hard to get support around the women's football, but I find it a good medium to bet in and stuff like that. So we will have a package out for a little Birdie shortly. I'm not sure we'll get it out necessarily for this weekend. We've had a bit on going on, but yeah, we'll have something out probably in conjunction even with the Brownlow. If you buy the Brownlow package, we'll have an option there with the women's footy as well. But yeah, we'll get something out. In terms of obviously we've got the 4 new teams coming in, so it's a full 18 this year. So congratulations to Essendon, Sydney, Port, and Hawthorn, all joining the competition. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Essendon's probably at this stage maybe the strongest of the 4 new teams to look out for. Very strong in their first game up this week, so we'll see how they go. And just quickly on the premiership betting there, we've got 3 dominant teams going in, as you can see there.
Brisbane at $4, the Demons at $4.25, the Crows at $4.50, and double figures for the rest.
Yeah, I think I actually think the market's got pretty right. I actually like the Brisbane side. I know we were really keen on Adelaide last year and they delivered for us. I've got no pot on any of the top 3. Melbourne haven't been there and done it, and they're promised for a while, so they would probably be the third pick for me out of it. I think Brisbane have lost little in the off-season. I like their side, so they've probably got the slightly better draw of the top 3 sides. So right now, if I was having to pick of the top 3 in order, I'd be Brisbane, Adelaide, and Melbourne.
I like the Kangaroos myself. I think they've got the star power still. They've kept the list together. I don't mind the Kangaroos. I like Chloe Malloy for the best and fairest as well. She's going to play more midfield this year. And then for the wooden spoon, it's probably Sydney or Hawthorn. I think Essendon and Port will be quite strong or competitive. And I think the Swans and the Hawks will sort of be bringing up the rear. So that's my take on that. But have a look in the littlebirdie.live shop for all your AFL W stings, which will be coming online shortly as we look to the NRL action for this week. And it's the Broncos $2.35 against the Parramatta Eels $1.62. The line 3.5, over under 49.5. Top rope, there's been some big totals this time of year and some big over and under totals as well. Anything doing in this game?
Nice for us to get to the NRL OB. I'd just like to make it perfectly clear that I was not involved in the production meeting that put a week off of AFL and the AFL W ahead of the second last round of the NRL. But we will push on anyway.
That's where the NRL rate.
What an absolute stitch up this is. The totals are certainly gone up. We've certainly seen some pretty loose scoring. It was the highest scoring eight game or fewer round in the history of the Premiership last week. We saw the Roosters get to 72, which is tied for fifth, the fifth highest score of all time. The Storm put on 60. There's plenty of teams who've given up a ghost, but that certainly won't be the case on tonight. Broncos and Eels, big game, huge finals ramifications. Broncos mentioned earlier, Selwyn Cobbo, he's having a little rest.
He's having a snooze.
He's having a little snooze, so good for him. I don't think it matters at all. Neither does the market. The line has not moved one iota with his absence. So, love the Broncos here. There is no better angle in NRL. I don't have to say in AFL, but in the NRL, there is no better angle at all than betting on a team who has been completely humiliated the week before, and particularly when that team is at home. Teams off conceding 60, 12-3 against the numbers since 2008. Home teams 7-1 against the numbers. So, Broncos are great at Suncorp, covered 14 of 19, 9 of 11 off a double-digit loss. They smashed the Eels in round 19. Eels have covered just 2 of their last 11 off a win. Flat track bullies for 9, all in Brisbane here.
Oh, I love it when Top Rope comes with some statistics and some numbers, and for a Thursday night, just get the pool going. It's beautiful up there, Top Rope. The second game we'll look at is the Storm and the Roosters Saturday night down here in Melbourne. The Storm $1.57, the Roosters $2.40. The line -4.5, over under 45.5. Before we go to you, Top Rope, I think MG's got a little bit of mail on this one.
No, I'm looking forward to this. I'm keen on Top Rope's thoughts because I'm going to this game, so I need to pay for the expenses.
Which way are we looking here, Top Rope?
Yeah, good game, good betting game. I'm got to lean the Storm here. The numbers was probably about right, but I just feel Melbourne they've gone up a year or two the last few weeks. They've got a good recent record against the Roosters. They've won and covered all 5 of them. The Roosters have been a bit hot and cold. Not sure what you take from that 72 last week. It was a pretty much a training run. They're not going to get that against the Storm. The Storm tend to hold form. They've covered at 67% off a win of 13 plus. Roosters covered just 2 of the last 10 as an underdog of 4 more. So on the Storm and also on the over. There's a bit of thinking around that this will be a tight and fierce kind of finals-like game, but it just hasn't been the case over the last few years. I can see both teams kind of having a red-hot crack with the ball here. I don't think this will necessarily won and lost through the middle. The over is 11-1 when the Storm are off a win. The over is 13-4 when the Roosters are an underdog. I'll be back in the over. 42.5. You don't see those totals too often these days, so I'll be having a little nudge at the over there.
Yeah, it looks an absolute beauty. 2 very informed sides. One scored 70 last week. The other one scored 60. So there should be a few points running through Amy Park on Saturday night. As we look to the other game on Saturday night is the Rabbitohs $1.50 against the Cowboys $2.60. The line -6.5, over under 50.5. That one being played at Accor Stadium in Sydney. So the Cowboys are on the road. The Rabbitohs a little bit disappointing last week against the Panthers. Had their opportunities. Which way you leaning in this one, Top Rope?
A little bit disappointing. Jackson Paulo managed to put himself into the worst 5 all-time performances and was probably lucky to take one.
I've tried to forget. Let's move on. Thank you.
Astonishing that Lachlan Ilias got hooked 6 weeks ago and Jackson Paulo played the full 80 last week. Probably, not too fair, it cost them the win. It was a disappointing kind of bounce back to reality there for the Bunnies, but I don't really see it happening again. Paulo naturally was dropped for this week. Few words to the Cowboys. They're very informed 5'8" Tommy Dearden. He is missing this week. Ruptured testicle. So that's one for all you listeners out there. That's
something for Cecil Street.
Oh yeah. It's not too often I've been left speechless. Baby, you've left me speechless on this one. The drink water in the front line is a bit of a concern defensively. South compile on points. They've won 6 straight, scored 30 plus in their last 4 against the Cowboys. Leaning towards South. Not a lot of confidence, but one of them confident is get on the over. And this one, the total has been moving north since betting opened on it on Monday. Both teams in very strong over positions. The last four between those two hit 48, the last two 61, over 22-11 when the Bunnies are off a loss. Overs 14-7 when the Cowboys are off a double-digit win. Just give me the over in this one. I think there's going to be a ton of points.
Beautiful. We like hearing a ton of points. Good for the advertisers and good for the betting revenue as well. Fourth game we'll look at is the West Tigers against the St George-Illawarra Dragons. The Tigers 3.10. The Dragons $1.37. The line at 9.5. Over under 54.5. And we read this morning that the Tigers have entered the Munster race. Surely he's not going to go there, God, unless he's just money hungry and wants all he can get. But, this one looks 16th versus 10th. Anything doing there, Toprope?
The Tigers have entered the Munster race the same way the young cherry pickers, the Batley Bulldogs and the other rugby league teams enter it. There's zero chance. You can offer him $4 million a year, he's not going to go there. Yeah, he's more chance of signing with Liv Golf than he is with the West Tigers. Look, this is going to be a sick watch. I'm not professing to the enjoyment of this bet in any way, shape, or form. The Tigers are fielding what is essentially a reserve grade side, but numbers dictate teams who are humiliated and playing at home have got to be bet. So, like I mentioned the numbers earlier, 7-1 against the spread. Home teams have conceding 60. Home teams have conceding 48 the last 4 years, 14-4 against the number. The Tigers, this is not a bad spot for them in theory. They've covered 4 or 6 off a loss, 14 of 20 off scoring 10 or fewer. I'm not convinced that the Saints are that good a side either. They've only covered 7 of 20 away from Cogman Wollongong. I'm taking the plus. Look, the Tigers will win this. They could also get beaten by 50. So take that what you will. The bet's got to be a confident bet. The numbers dictate it's a bet, but I've got a bad feeling in the pit of the stomach on this one.
The Tigers can win, but they can also lose by 50. That is brilliant. That's line of the year. As we whip through the other games in the remaining round 24, the Panthers $1.01, the Warriors $17. The line minus 29.5, over under 51.5. This one's just for your multi, surely.
This one's tied for the biggest betting differential of the year with the last time the Panthers versus the Warriors. That was also minus 29.5. So, look, you may as well just back Penrith and hope for the best. Hope they cover. I've got no angles in this one. Penrith have covered 13 or 18 against the Warriors. Essentially, the Panthers win by as much as they want to. Luai back, Fisher Harris back, so this line moved 20.5 to 29.5. I'd expect Penrith to win pretty easily. Whether that's over or under the 29.5, I'm not quite sure. So probably lean the minus, but no confidence.
The Raiders and the Sea Eagles are the early game on Saturday. The Raiders $1.21, the Sea Eagles $4.50. The line at minus 14.5, over under 53.5. Anything tickle your fancy there, Toprope?
I'll tell you what, I don't think it's going to be another bad week to be a homophobe. I think they're in some strife again, the Sea Eagles. Look, there's not a lot of numbers here. They tend to be overvalued at home. The Raiders have got a very poor cover record. They don't really cover big starts, but Manly are gone. No Jake Turbo either. Look, they've given up the ghost. They've conceded 36 plus in their 3 games since that prior jersey fiasco and those players returned. So I think the Raiders will win this. They need to keep winning and they need to play. They're also chasing the score here to boost that for and against the Raiders. So they're on the outside looking in at the moment of finals footy. So I think they'll get the job done and they will do it fairly easily.
With Ricky Stewart back on the sideline, surely gives them a few more points. As the Sharks $1.06 against the Bulldogs $9.50. The line at minus 22.5, over under 50.5. That's the twilight game on Saturday. Toprope.
The punters have missed this week. This is another massive line. Open 12.5 out of 22.5. So only heading in one direction. It's probably getting to about the right number here, but you've got to be with the Sharks. They need to keep winning. They're looking for that second spot. I tend to hold form too. They've covered 5 straight off a win of 7+, 8 of 10 off a win of 20+. The Dogs are already looking towards their end of season holiday. They had a good little run once Mick Potter took over, but they've been very poor the last few weeks, being hammered by the Warriors. I'll be on the Sharks minus.
And another blockbuster on Sunday here is the Titans $1.45, the Knights $2.75, the line minus 6.5, over under 55.5. It's Yeah, I think we had shitty Sunday last week. Looks like it's a shitty Sunday again in the NRL for you, Toprope.
I'll tell you what, this is a game for the true degenerates, and I've got a bet for us. So, I've got a few actually, but we'll start off with this is the highest total of the year, 55.5. Not sure it's high enough. Daytime, sunny conditions, two teams who think defence is something that goes around the house. It's going to be an absolute points fest, you would have thought. Since the last day of top 50 between these two, last time these two met, Edric Lee scored 5 tries against the Titans. Got to be on the over here. Give something to cheer. And those who don't mind a bit of the old Ric Flair, I'd be looking at Bo for more to score a try. You get about $3.50 on. I haven't seen what he's at top sport right now, but he's scored 4 tries in his last 4 weeks, and he comes up against probably the worst defensive side of the comp on that Newcastle left edge. So it's going to be a fill-up for our friend Buck.
Beautiful, Toprope. Some absolute fill-ups there for the punters. And a reminder, you can locate the GGOA for $22 a week in the littlebirdie.live shop for all your NRL betting action. Toprope, thank you very much once again. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the weekend off AFL and enjoy the full book of NRL when they have a few eyes on them.
Look, I'd say it was a pleasure over NMG, but having to endure the AFL for the first 15 minutes of the show, I'll say it was it's good to be in the books.
We'll just put this one behind us. MG, thank you as always. Punters locate the AFL Stings for $22 a week in the littlebirdie.live shop for your AFL betting action and some AFL W betting action as well. So keep an eye on that. MG, how are you spending the weekend?
Bantering with Toprope. He makes out like he doesn't follow the AFL, he doesn't watch it, he doesn't bet on it, he loves it. It's crazy. He doesn't miss a thing, Toprope.
His new favourite players, Harris and Petty, that's for sure. But that's a wrap for this week's Friday Lines. Thanks to MG and Toprope. You can follow us on YouTube, find us in the Apple Store, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, wherever you listen to all good podcasts. You can follow at Little Birdie TV on Twitter and Instagram. Remember, all your footy betting action can be found at topsport.com.au. We'll be back next Thursday for the big preview of the AFL finals. But don't forget to join Nikki on Monday for First Look with all your weekend's action in review. You can also give us a bit of a shack update as well. But anyway, punt well, punt responsibly, and have a great weekend, punters.